How does the potential availability of Christian Ramirez change this game versus the last game against Minnesota?
Well, he's their leading goal scorer. He's a quality player. Different dimension than Dunladi up last game. He still likes to stretch the field. He'll run on the back shoulder of the back four. But he's also a big, strong kid. So changes a lot.
They added some talent during the transfer window.
Yeah.
That also is another adjustment for you. How do you deal with, say, an Ethan Finley?
Well, we've played against Finley on different occasions. How he fits in with our group certainly is the question mark. But, for me, it comes down to one of those games. Yes, we've prepared the team for Ramirez. We've prepared for Molina. We've shown them clips of Finley just in case they've, somehow forgotten him. So we prepare the players, but, our team is most important. If we can dictate tempo and all of that, then some of that stuff is just always in the back of their mind. Yeah, what are Finley's tendencies? What are Molino's tendencies? What are Ramirez's tendencies? But hopefully we'll be pushing the attack, and we'll get that. It'll be less of an issue, what's going on back here.
Is that some of what defines the Sounders on the field? Is that you define yourselves and play your own system rather than respond and react?
We would love to do that every game. But our most recent one against Sporting KC, they came out and outpossessed us in the first half. So yeah, it was our intention. It's our intention every game to dictate tempo and pace, especially at home. But we're also not afraid to do that on the road. But yeah, every game manifests itself a little differently, but we're always, trying to be on the front foot and, try and push the game.
With Ozzie Alonso coming back, how's that changed what you can do with Svensson, Ozzie, Roldan?
We're going to try and get them all on the field and throw them out there and see what they can do.
It's a different game. Is it? What is the messaging, or is there a challenge to message to your team that 4-0 in Minnesota doesn't mean anything tomorrow evening?
We've absolutely messaged that to death, saying that this is not going to be an easy game because that last game wasn't. I think the scoreline says 4-0, and everybody will remember that. But they had a couple chances early in the game that, put us under some pressure. So again, we watched some film. We reminded them that they're a potent team. They've got some good attacking players. So hopefully we're prepared for them.
Does that coincide with not looking at the standings for a match like this?
I think the guys are probably starting to look at the standings, but we don't message that as coaching staff. No, if they do it on their own, that's human nature, but we won't bring it up.
What's Lamar's availability this weekend?
He's good. He's available.
Okay. Last question I have for you today is, if you think back to 2009 and there was a possibility that you might have been the head coach at that time, what have you learned since then that's changed in your approach to coaching over what seems like forever ago?
What's changed in my approach to coaching? Well, first of all, I learned a lot from Zig. There was a lot of stuff that I did not know about MLS and the players and, coaching at a higher level. So those were certainly learning years, formative years. As an individual, you always have your kind of style and what you think is important and all that. And, the exercise of, I'd always put myself in Zig's shoes. Okay, if I was a head coach, what would I have done in that particular situation? I think that for me was the biggest benefit of being Zig's assistant. I learned a lot. So and it's paid off.